Nestled between the whispers of the ancient past and the echoes of the future, the planet Earth reveals its most profound beauty through remarkable natural wonders displayed as rare jewels on its surface. These are the places where time seems to stand still. Amidst the scorching sands of the Sahara Desert, the sun pulses with relentless heat. Meanwhile, the dense, whispering canopies of the Amazon rainforest, Earth's vital lungs, teem with life in its most vibrant forms. Standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon, we gaze into the abyss where the Earth reveals a story billions of years old. Dancing under the ethereal glow of the northern lights across the Arctic sky, we witness each wonder as a vivid display of nature's splendor and mystery. These incredible natural wonders, which have endured the test of time for countless generations, are now confronting unparalleled challenges due to the impacts of climate change, habitat destruction, pollution, and detrimental human activities. Preserving these natural wonders extends far beyond their beauty. It is an essential mission, crucial to the survival of wildlife diversity, the stabilization of our climate, and the well-being of future inhabitants. By protecting these landscapes, we protect the life itself. This is the majestic spectacle of Huangguoshu Waterfall. Located in Gwinju Province, southwest China, Huangguoshu got its name after the yellow fruit tree that once thrived in the area, its golden fruits lending the waterfall its suggestive name. The journey of the water begins quietly upstream at the Baishu River, gaining momentum as it approaches the cliff's edge before it dramatically drops into the basin below, known as the Rhinoceros Pool. As the largest waterfall in China, Huangguoshu is the centerpiece of a larger group of 18 waterfalls that engrave the area, each contributing to the region's enchanting beauty. This natural wonder has been formed over thousands of years due to the erosion of karst landscapes. The combination of limestone caves, underground rivers, and waterfalls makes Huangguoshu truly unique. Local legend speaks of the waterfall as the home of the Dragon King, revered in Chinese mythology for his control over water and rainfall, connecting the power of nature to ancient traditions. trading the soft symphony of falling water for the profound silence of the high mountains in Indonesia, where Kawah Ijen active crater lies as one of the nature's paradoxical beauty. At daylight, the most striking aspect is its large acidic crater lake, famed for its vibrant turquoise hue, a color so surreal it seems to belong to another world. This lake is the result of the powerful chemical reactions occurring beneath the Earth's surface, where sulfuric gases dissolve into the water, creating an environment both beautiful and hostile. As night falls, the crater becomes the stage for one of nature's most enigmatic performances, the blue flames. These ethereal flames, visible only under the cover of darkness, represent the sulfuric gases igniting as they escape from the Earth's depths. Beyond its spectacular sights, it is also recognized for the hard work of local miners. These miners bravely go into the crater to get sulfur, which is important for many industries, using basic tools and wearing masks for protection. They make their way through the dangerous ground and harmful gases. This shows the incredible strength of people when challenged by the powerful forces of nature. Across continents, the landscape dramatically shifts from the volcanic intensity of Indonesia to the serenity of the North Atlantic Ocean. The stark beauty of the Reynisfjara beach awaits on the rugged shores of Iceland. This natural wonder is known for its black sand, which stands out against the white waves of the North Atlantic. Legend says that the towering basalt pillars standing in the sea were once trolls turned to stone by the rising sun as they attempted to drag ships from the ocean to shore. The towering basalt columns guarding the beach are a natural phenomenon resulting from the cooling and cracking of lava into perfect geometric shapes, sculpted by the Earth's power over millions of years. Alas, Reynisfjara's beauty is matched by its power and danger. The Atlantic waves at this beach are unpredictable and strong, serving as a reminder of the sheer force of the natural world. Hence, visitors are drawn to its beauty, but must respect the power of the sea, which has shaped the landscape and continues to define its boundaries. The monochrome beauty is left behind while we surf the waves on the colourful island of Maui. Here in Hawaii, within the tropical atmosphere, we find the rainbow eucalyptus trees. The most distinctive feature of the rainbow eucalyptus is its colourful trunk. The colours appear in shades of green, blue, orange and purple as a result of the annual shed in strips, gradually revealing bright green layers that darken and mature to give the rainbow effect. Although this aspect is not just for show, it plays a practical role in the tree's survival. The colourful layers are actually thin and smooth, containing oils that make the surface nearly waterproof. Originally native to the Philippines, Indonesia and Papua New Guinea, this tree was introduced to Maui in 1929, demonstrating its capacity to adapt and thrive even in a new environment. In the untamed wilderness of Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming, we're being greeted by the grand Prismatic Spring. It is the largest hot spring in the United States, measuring in distance approximately 370 feet, which is longer than an American football field. The spring's striking coloration is the main reason why the Grand Prismatic has its place among this planet's natural wonders. The center of the pool is a brilliant blue, resulting from the scattering of blue light by particles suspended in the water. Surrounding this intense color are green, yellow, orange, and red rings that give the spring its rainbow-like appearance. The basin is located over a geothermal area, which means that heat from deep inside the earth is close to the surface. Warming the water up to 189 degrees Fahrenheit in the center of the pool, it makes it so hot that bacteria cannot survive, creating a vivid blue color. As we move towards the edge of the spring, the water cools gradually, allowing different types of bacteria to thrive at various temperatures. Therefore, the spectrum of colors that supports diverse microbial life. The pigmentation around the spring changes with the seasons because of temperature variations, which affect the bacteria living there. In the summer, the microbial mats show bright orange and red colors, while in the winter, The outer rings of the spring can look darker due to the cooler temperatures, representing how heat from the planet's interior influences the surface environment. Formed over 60 million years ago by ancient volcanic activity, the Giant's Causeway is made up of approximately 40,000 interlocking basalt columns formed by an eruption during the Paleogene period. As the molten basalt cooled, it contracted and fractured into mostly hexagonal columns, creating a honeycomb-like structure that stretches out into the sea, resembling a pathway fit for giants from folklore. According to the legend, the causeway was built by the Irish giant Finn McCool to avoid getting his feet wet as stepping stones to Scotland, where he intended to confront his Scottish rival. The tallest columns at the Giant's Causeway rise majestically up to 39 feet into the air. Along the layers of the solidified lava in the cliffs compile a thickness of up to 92 feet in some areas, revealing the immense scale of volcanic activity that has shaped this iconic landscape. Much like the mythical giants from the legends, the volcano that created the basalt columns of the Giant's Causeway can no longer be seen today. Gradually disappearing through centuries of erosion, it no longer marks the landscape. Today, the fragments of history, such as the causeway itself, continue to tell the tales of a world long past. In the southern hemisphere, a different kind of natural magic awaits in the depths of New Zealand. Situated on the North Island, the Waitomo glowworm caves offer a journey into a mystical underground world formed over 30 years ago from marine fossils and limestone. The cave ceilings are famous for their populations of Arachnocampa luminosa, a species of glowworm unique to New Zealand, which illuminate in the dark with their ethereal blue glow, creating a starry sky beneath the earth. The light is produced by a chemical reaction within the glowworms, designed to attract prey into their sticky traps, offering at the same time a glimpse into the subterranean world, where the beauty of nature radiates in the most unexpected locations. Located in a remote area of Death Valley National Park, one of the hottest and driest places on Earth, is one of nature's most intriguing mysteries, the sailing stones of the racetrack player. This natural wonder is famous for its sailing stones, represented by large rocks that mysteriously move across the cracked surface of the lakebed, leaving behind long, visible tracks. For many years, no one observed the stones moving, leading to wide speculation and numerous theories about how they moved. The movement occurs when the playa, filled with water from rainfall, forms a thin layer of ice during cold winter nights. As temperatures rise and the ice begins to melt during the day, it breaks into large floating panels, which, pushed by light winds, gently shove the rocks across the slick, muddy bottom of the lake bed. Covering over 3,900 square miles, Salar de Uyuni is the largest salt flat in the world. Located in southwest Bolivia, this remarkable phenomenon is a result of ancient lakes that gradually dried up over time. During the dry season, the extraordinary flatness of the Salar's surface transforms into a vast field of blindingly white salt. This expansive landscape is punctuated by polygonal patterns intricately formed by the crystalline structure of the salt deposits. However, the magic happens during the rainy season, which is from December to April, when the rainwater covers the entire surface, creating a thin layer that perfectly reflects the sky above, turning the salt flats into the world's largest natural mirror, where the sky is blending harmoniously above and below into one another. Aside from its stunning beauty, Salar de Uyuni holds beneath the crust vast reserves of lithium, making Bolivia one of the world's largest producers of this essential mineral. Estimated to be about 50 to 70% of the world's lithium reserves there is increasingly in demand for the production of battery cells. In the south of Iceland, among the dramatic cliffs of Skóga, lies Skógafoss, one of the country's largest and most majestic waterfalls. Located on the Skóga River, this natural wonder is impressively large, with a width of 82 feet and a drop of 197 feet, creating an everlasting mist that dances in the air. The waterfall is situated on the cliffs of the former coastline, which after the last ice age receded seaward. The cliffs that once formed part of the coastline now mark the boundaries between the coastal lowlands and the highlands of Iceland, providing a dramatic backdrop for the cascading waters of Skógafoss. According to legend, the first Viking settler in the area buried a treasure in a cave behind the mighty waterfall to hide it from snooping eyes. Centuries later, a boy found the chest, but as he pulled it towards him, the handle broke right before the treasure disappeared once more. The handle was reportedly given to the local church. While the chest of gold remains lost, supposedly still hidden somewhere in the cave. It has a powerful curtain of water to protect the treasure and the historical significance of the Icelandic culture at the same time. The most remarkable desert in the United States is presented by the White Sands National Park. Previously known as White Sands National Monument, it is situated in the heart of the Tularosa Basin in southern New Mexico and covers approximately 275 square miles. These stunning white dunes, the largest of their kind globally, are made up of gypsum crystals instead of the usual quartz found in typical sand dunes. Gypsum, a soft mineral, typically soluble in water, forms these dunes because the Tularosa Basin has no drainage outlets, trapping rainwater and mineral deposits within the basin. The mineral comes from the surrounding mountains and is deposited in the basin through rainwater runoff, being broken down into sand-sized particles that are blown by the wind to form the dunes. Beneath the sprawling dunes, researchers have unearthed the largest collection of Ice Age fossilized footprints, revealing the preserved steps of humans, mammoths, giant sloths, and other Ice Age creatures, dated back to at least 20,000 years ago. These fossils provide new insights into the timeline of human presence, considered among the oldest evidence of human activity in the Americas. The chocolate hills of Bohol offer a distinctive scenery to the Philippines province. This astonishing geological formation consists of over 1,260 hills spread across an area of more than 19 square miles. The origins of the Chocolate Hills are not definitively understood, but the most widely accepted theory suggests that the hills were formed from marine limestones, sitting on top of an impermeable layer of clay. The hills are not uniform in size, varying in height from approximately 98 feet to 394 feet, while the most striking feature of the Chocolate Hills is their uniform and conical shape, which appears almost symmetrical. During the rainy season, everything transforms as the hills themselves become cloaked in a lush, vibrant green. While in the course of the dry season, we discover the connection between imagination and reality, when the grass that covers the hills dries up and turns brown, giving them the appearance of endless rows of chocolate, hence their famous name. Local myths add a mystical dimension to the Chocolate Hills, They're featured in local legends and folklore, which explain their formation in mythological terms. According to one story, a giant fell in love with a girl, but as fate would have it, the girl was mortal and passed away soon after. The heartbroken giant wept, and the hills grew where his huge tears fell. Scattered across Kawah Beach, these unusually large and spherical stones create a striking contrast against the wild and dynamic backdrop of the Pacific Ocean. They originally formed on the seafloor around 60 million years ago, being composed mainly of mudstone, incorporating minerals like calcite that have hardened over time, accumulating material around a core over millions of years, in a process similar to the way pearls form around a speck of dirt in an oyster. One fascinating feature of these incredibly smooth boulders is the intricate network of crisscrossing cracks called septaria that can be seen on many of them. These septaria are filled with minerals such as calcite, dolomite, and quartz, which were deposited into the cracks as the boulders were exposed to air and moisture. As we learn more about Indonesia, we discover that Bali is preserving just north of the central hub of Ubud, the Tegalalang Rice Terrace. Renowned for its breathtaking landscapes, the terrace is nestled in a picturesque valley, with the paddies carved into its sloping terrace. Each layered terrace is lined with the lush green of rice plants, which change tones with the seasons, from vibrant green to golden yellow as the rice matures. The traditional Balinese irrigation system, known as sabak, beautifully captures the essence of Trihita Karana, a philosophical concept that highlights the importance of harmony between humans, nature, and the divine. This system dates back to the 9th century and is a prime example of this philosophy in action, showing how the paddies are effectively irrigated through a network of canals and bamboo pipes. By distributing water from rivers and volcanic springs, the Balinese traditional system aids in the preservation of the natural topography while promoting sustainable agriculture. In total contrast with the lively terraces of Tegalalang is the Coyote Buttes North area on the Arizona-Utah border, where we find the unique rugged, dry sandstone formation of the Wave. The distinctive, wave-like appearance is the result of slow erosion by wind and rainwater, sculpting the sandstone to create the undulating, flowing patterns that give the wave its name. The formation began 190 million years ago when the desert dunes compacted and solidified into striped Jurassic Age Navajo sandstones. These striking color variations, including red, orange, yellow, and soft creamy white, are due to iron oxides and other minerals within the sandstone. The varying colors contribute to the surreal aesthetic of the area, along with the impressive dimensions. The main formation of the wave is relatively compact, covering an area of approximately 0.6 miles in total. Aside from the most photographed sections consisting of two major troughs, because the wave has a fragile landscape, it can be hard to keep it safe, so only 20 permits are given out every day to guests. The limited permit system is part of continuing efforts to protect and keep the natural beauty of the area while still letting people use it. On the northeastern coast of Brazil, nature presents yet another extraordinary spectacle, Lençóis Maranhenses National Park. The vast expanse of brilliant white sand dunes covers an area of approximately 580 square miles. Unlike typical deserts, which receive very little rain, Lençóis Maranhenses experiences abundant rainfall, particularly during the rainy season from January to June. This paradoxical event causes the rain to fall on a landscape of vast sand dunes, where the water collects in the valleys between the dunes, creating thousands of temporary lagoons with fresh water. The park's unique hydrological cycle is caused by the region's sensational climate changes. This unique event turns the desert-like land into a watery paradise. The park is often called a desert that meets the sea, even though it's neither a desert nor directly connected to the ocean. Often referred to as the Rainbow Mountain, Vinicunza is located in the Cusco region, being part of the Andean Mountains of Peru. Rising above sea level at 17,060 feet, it is famed for its vibrant appearance, which gives the impression of painted wide stripes of turquoise, red, yellow, green, and lavender. The bright colors of the mountain are the result of its unique mix of minerals in the soil and sedimentary rock layers, which have been exposed by erosion. These layers first formed through sedimentation and were later pushed upward by the movement of tectonic plates in the area. Between May and September, when rainfall is minimal, the mountain's colors are more vibrant under the bright sunlight of these months. When the rare snowfall appears and the usual rainbow is muted under the delicate snow, Vinicunce's contours and shapes are accentuated, creating a peaceful atmosphere. On the border between Argentina and Brazil, there is a monumental natural wonder, recognized globally for its spectacular beauty and immense scale. Iguazu Falls is located at the confluence of the Iguazu River and the Parana River and consists of approximately 275 waterfalls, with the exact number depending on the season. Stretching over a width of nearly 1.7 miles. The most famous and visually striking part of Iguazu Falls is the Devil's Throat, a U-shaped chasm about 82 meters high, 150 meters wide, and 700 meters long, where about half of the river's flow falls into it and creates a spectacular mist. The waterfalls are culturally significant to the local and indigenous communities that have lived in and around the area for thousands of years, letting visitors discover the history behind Iguazu as well. According to the legend, a deity planned to marry a beautiful woman named Napi, who was in love with a mortal warrior named Taroba. To escape the arranged marriage, the couple fled in a canoe down the river, but in anger, the deity sliced the river, creating the waterfalls that doomed the lovers to eternal separation. Napi was transformed into a rock at the base of the falls, and Taroba into a palm tree overlooking the waters, forever apart yet forever in sight of one another. Steeping in centuries of Celtic myths and Viking history, the Isle of Skye preserved its rugged mountains, sweeping moorlands, and a coastline shaped by the powerful Atlantic like no other. Skye, situated on the west coast of Scotland, is renowned for its breathtaking and dramatic scenes. The island is dominated by the Kulin, a range of rocky mountains whose jagged peaks provide some of the most dramatic mountain scenery in the country. The Kulin Hills is a range of rocky mountains that are among the most challenging and scenic in Scotland. The Trotternish Ridge, famed for its unusual geological formations, has basalt from 55-million-year-old lava flows sitting on top of the softer Jurassic sedimentary rocks. The Old Man of Storr, a 165-foot tall pinnacle of basalt rock that is all that remains of a 2,800-million-year-old volcanic plug, is the filming location of the epic science fiction film The Big Friendly Giant, directed by Steven Spielberg. The Kilt Rock features incredible basalt columns that resemble a pleated kilt. The Milt falls alongside it directly into the sea, creating a beautiful contrast between the rock formations and the graceful flow of water. Formed approximately 27 million years ago, Shiprock, a dramatic and iconic rock formation in New Mexico, is a sacred mountain to the Navajo Nation. According to Navajo mythology, a large bird carried the rock from the north, where it later served as a force for the people's protection. Shiprock is a volcanic plug rising roughly 1,583 feet above the high desert plain and extending about 1,800 feet above sea level. The formation is not only visually striking because of its sheer walls and sharp peak, but also because of the long, narrow dikes that radiate outward from the main structure. These dikes were formed by magma that forced its way into the cracks in the Earth's surface and solidified. Respecting the cultural and religious significance of Shiprock, hiking and climbing on the formation are strictly prohibited under Navajo law, hence the imposing dimension makes it visible from miles around, serving as a significant landmark. Sweeping across oceans to the enchanting island of Mauritius, off the coast of Lemon Peninsula, lies a breathtaking phenomenon that defies traditional expectations: the underwater waterfall. One of the most captivating optical illusions found in nature, this phenomenon isn't a true waterfall, but rather a remarkable visual effect produced by the currents that push sand and silt down the continental shelf, creating what appears to be a waterfall under the sea. The natural wonder occurs at the edge of the island's continental shelf, where there is a sudden drop-off into the depth of the ocean, exceeding 3,123 feet. This drop-off helps to accentuate the illusion of a vertical fall of materials. The varying colors of the sand and silt against the deep blue of the ocean water enhance this effect too, demonstrating how natural elements, water, sand, and ocean currents can come together to create these enchanting places. Arashiyama Bamboo Grove, located in Kyoto, Japan, is a natural sanctuary where towering bamboo stalks create a living green tunnel that sways gracefully in the breeze. The grove features densely packed bamboo, primarily consisting of the species known as moso bamboo. They can grow up to 65 feet tall and are characterized by their thick green stalks. When the bamboo stalks sway gently in the wind, the leaves rustle softly, producing soothing music that enhances the peaceful ambience. Bamboo holds profound cultural importance in Japan, symbolizing strength, resilience, and purity. It is used in various traditional practices and crafts, including the making of baskets, furniture, and even buildings. The grove is not only a beautiful natural site, but also a place of deep cultural significance, providing a deep sense of peace and connection with nature. Sculpted by the forces of wind and water over millions of years, the rock formations known as hoodoos and mushroom-shaped rock pinnacles that resemble goblins are found in Goblin Valley State Park. These bizarre and whimsical formations are set against the backdrop of the barren desert in southeastern Utah, covering an area of about 3,654 acres, featuring a wide valley floor bordered by cliffs. The goblins are formed from erosion-resistant rock atop softer sandstone over millions of years, dating back to the Jurassic period. Wind and water have eroded the softer sandstone, leaving behind the harder rock in unusual structures that defy the imagination, creating the park's signature mushroom-shaped pinnacles. Originally discovered in the late 1920s by cowboys searching for cattle, the area was designated a state park in 1964, containing thousands of these formations, clustered in several valleys, described as resembling a Mars-like environment. Located on the northwest side of Kauai in Hawaii, the Napali coast is one of the most spectacular and untouched natural settings in the Pacific. Renowned for its dramatic cliffs, known as pali in Hawaiian, which rise as high as 4,000 feet above the ocean, they are the result of volcanic activity and the subsequent erosion caused by ocean waves and rainfall. Much of the Napali coast is inaccessible due to its rugged terrain, with no roads crossing this part of the island, helping preserve the area untouched, offering isolation for Hawaiian plant species and birdlife, many of which are rare or endangered. For native Hawaiians, the Napali coast holds significant cultural and historical value, being considered a sacred place that embodies a connection between nature and Hawaiian spirituality. Known as the Cotton Castle in Turkish, Pamukkale is a natural wonder that looks like a snowy cliffside from afar. Located in the picturesque Denizli province, the terraces have been used as sacred pools by various civilizations, including the Romans and Byzantines, who believed in the healing properties of the thermal waters. The terraces of Pamukkale are formed from travertine, a type of rock that forms when minerals from hot spring water harden over thousands of years. As the water flows down the hillside and comes into contact with the air, it loses gases and leaves behind white, fluffy deposits that harden and create natural pools and terraces. The thermal springs site includes 17 pools, with temperatures ranging from 95 degrees Fahrenheit to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. The mineral composition of the water is believed to have healing properties, attracting visitors for therapeutic purposes for thousands of years. In the 20th century, hotels were built on the ruins of Hierapolis, the ancient city bordering Pamukkale, causing significant damage to the terraces. These were later demolished, and access to the terraces is now controlled to prevent erosion from the feet of millions of tourists. Milford Sound, located within Fiordland National Park on New Zealand's South Island, is one of the most renowned and picturesque natural features in the country. Officially named Piopiotahī in Maori, it is a prime example of a fjord, which means it was formed through the erosion by glaciers over millions of years, and then became flooded by the sea when the glaciers retreated. One of the most striking features of Milford Sound is Mitre Peak, a remarkably tall mountain that rises about 5,560 feet right from the water's edge, making it a favorite scene for photographers. The area is famously wet, creating a moist environment that supports dense rainforests and numerous waterfalls. Milford Sound is also rich in wildlife, including New Zealand fur seals, Fiordland crested penguins, and bottlenose dolphins. These animals can often be seen by visitors on boat tours that travel through the fjord, offering a close look at the area's natural life. To get to Milford Sound, visitors travel along the Milford Road, one of the most scenic drives in the world. And includes the Homer Tunnel, a remarkable 0.75-mile-long tunnel cut through a mountain, showcasing impressive engineering. Halong Bay presents a breathtaking landscape defined by its mesmerizing emerald waters and thousands of limestones adorned with rainforests. Situated in northeastern Vietnam, in the Gulf of Tonkin, the bay has undergone various stages of development over 500 million years, with its current form shaped by 20 million years of weathering and erosion on the limestone karsts. Halong Bay is steeped in local legend, with many of the islands associated with ancient folklore, adding a mystical element to their natural beauty. According to legend, the gods sent a family of dragons to defend the Vietnamese people from foreign invaders. Carving out valleys and crevices with its tail, the area filled with water, leaving only the high points visible. Today's limestone casts. The bay is home to a variety of ecosystems spanning 600 square miles, which provide habitat for coral reefs, freshwater swamp forests, and dense mangrove forests. This makes the bay not only a beautiful location, but also a significant biodiversity hotspot. Known locally as the smoke that thunders, Victoria Falls is one of the greatest natural spectacles in the world. At the very border between Zimbabwe and Zambia, the waterfall is located on the Zambezi River, the fourth longest river in Africa for over 200 million years. During the rainy season, the water flow reaches its peak, creating a powerful spray that rises up to 1,312 feet in the air and can be seen from a distance of up to 30 miles, hence the name, the smoke that thunders. It is a traditional spiritual site, believed to be protected by the river god, playing a central role in local mythology and rituals. Victoria Falls stands as one of the largest waterfalls in the world, with a width of about 5,604 feet and a height of 354 feet. When it is at full flow, these dimensions position it as the largest singular curtain of falling water on the globe. Located amidst the stunning Dolomites in northeastern Italy, Gyao Pass stands as a testament to the awe-inspiring beauty of nature. With an elevation exceeding 7,300 feet, this lofty mountain pass beckons photographers, hikers, and nature enthusiasts from across the globe with its breathtaking panoramic vistas. Throughout history, Gyao Pass has played a vital role as a key mountain pathway utilized by traders and military troops. In modern times, its purpose has evolved into a recreational haven, offering a scenic route for both cyclists and drivers to enjoy. Renowned as a highlight in the Giro d'Italia race, it has become a beloved destination for cycling aficionados. Thor's Well, often referred to as the drain pipe of the Pacific, is a striking natural feature located on the central Oregon coast, near Cape Perpetua. This natural wonder, a gaping sinkhole on the rocky shoreline, creates a mesmerizing spectacle of perpetual motion, continuously sucking in and expelling the ocean's waters. The well itself is about 20 feet deep, but looks much deeper due to the powerful water currents and creating a striking visual illusion. According to legends, Thor struck the earth with a powerful strike, and the well was created. Across the globe, to the serene waters of Phang Nga Bay in Thailand, rises Koh Tao. This limestone monolith stands sentinel in the seas, about 66 feet tall, with its base eroded smaller than its upper sections, resulting in a unique shape. Its vertical walls characterize it and is part of a larger group of similar formations scattered throughout Phang Nga Bay, which were formed over millions of years under the ocean and later exposed above sea level. After its appearance in the 1974 film The Man with the Golden Gun, Koh Tao was nicknamed James Bond Island, a name that has contributed significantly to the recognition of this pillar of rock sculpted by millennia. In Gansu province, the Zhangyi Danxia is characterized by its vividly colored rock formations. Covering about 158 square miles, the geological park is defined by striking cliffs and an abundance of sharp, pointed rock columns and formations that look like they've been painted in stripes of vibrant colors of red, yellow, orange, and blue. These features create a spectacular visual that is frequently compared to an oil painting. It took more than 24 million years of sandstone and other mineral deposits to be sculpted by erosion from rain and wind, resulting in the unique types of hills and cliffs we see today. Just 50 kilometers away from the oil-painted mountains in the Bingao Danxia landform, characterized by tall, pillar-like formations that rise sharply from the ground. These angular rock layers are made primarily from red-colored sandstones and conglomerates, mostly from the Cretaceous period, being sculpted by changes over time, including uplift, erosion, and weathering. The Bingao Danxia landform became a natural wonder that stayed proudly tall for millions of years. The iconic silhouette of Mount Fuji in Honshu is rising majestically as Japan's highest mountain. Known affectionately as Fujisan, it is an integral part of Japanese culture and has been considered a sacred mountain since ancient times. The mountain, at 12,389 feet high, has a perfectly symmetrical cone, capped with snow for several months each year. Being an active stratovolcano, Fuji is part of the Pacific Ring of Fire, an area with frequent earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. For centuries, women were forbidden from climbing the peak. One of the main reasons was a belief that women, especially beautiful ones, might anger the goddess of the mountain, potentially causing an eruption. The ban was officially lifted in the late 19th century, and since then, Mount Fuji has been a popular destination for climbers of all genders from around the world. Mount Fuji is a symbol of Japan, representing beauty, endurance, and tranquility. It is called a sacred place and a source of artistic inspiration for both visitors and those who view it from afar. Zhangjiajie, a city in the northwestern part of Hunan province in China, captivates visitors with its extraordinary natural landscapes. The city is home to Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, the first national park in China, established in 1982. Spanning an area of over 1,185 acres, the park is famous for more than 3,000 narrow sandstone pillars and peaks, many towering over 660 feet high. These formations are covered with dense green foliage and are often shrouded in mist, creating a surreal landscape that seems almost otherworldly. The city's unique geography has inspired various cultural and artistic works, including the Hallelujah Mountains in James Cameron's blockbuster film Avatar, and one of the park's pillars was officially renamed Avatar Hallelujah Mountain in 2010. The park itself is vast, and walking through it can be quite a hike. Still, there are also cable cars, elevators, and a monorail system that help visitors move around the large area more comfortably and enjoy the stunning views without the fear of climbing. In order to ascend to the top of one such pillar and to avoid a 2-hour hike, the Bailong Elevator, one of the world's tallest outdoor elevators, with a height of 1,070 feet, helps you arrive on top in just 1 minute and 32 seconds. The elevator was built right into the side of a cliff, offering incredible panoramic views of the park's famous karst formations. Tianmen Mountain, a place renowned for its stunning panoramas and the remarkable Heaven's Gate. This majestic mountain stands tall at an impressive elevation of approximately 4,983 feet above sea level. Its name, Tianmen, known as Heaven's Gate, is named after the stunning natural arch that graces its surroundings. This incredible structure bears a striking resemblance to a door, as if inviting visitors to gaze upon the expansive beauty of the sky. When travelers arrive at the top of the mountain, they are greeted by the daunting stairway to heaven, a set of 999 steps leading directly up to the arch of Tianmen Cave. Gokta Waterfall, located in Peru's Amazonas region, stands as one of the tallest waterfalls in the world, with a total height of 2,529 feet. This impressive natural feature consists of two primary drops. The upper falls drops approximately 758 feet, and the lower fall plunges about 1,771 feet, creating a magnificent spectacle amidst the green landscape. Local legends add a cultural dimension to Gokta, with tales of a mermaid said to reside in the waters at its base. According to local lore, this mermaid guards a hidden treasure. This tale has been a part of the local culture for generations, intertwining with the natural beauty of the falls to enhance its mystery and allure. The story goes that the mermaid's presence and the supposed treasure have kept Gokta a secret for many years, with locals reluctant to reveal the waterfall's location, fearing that disturbing the site may incur the mermaid's fury. Antelope Canyon, located in northern Arizona, is a captivating geological wonder that belongs to the Navajo Nation. This narrow canyon has been formed over thousands of years by the strong forces of water and wind. As the water flows quickly through the tight spaces, it carries sand with it. This action, called erosion, has gradually shaped the canyon walls into tall, impressive formations, some as high as 120 feet, and today we see these walls as beautiful, flowing shapes. The canyon is divided into two main sections that are popularly toured. The Upper Antelope Canyon, also called the Crack, and the Lower Antelope Canyon, also known as the corkscrew. Upper Antelope Canyon is about 660 feet long, and its entrance and entire length are at ground level, requiring no climbing. It is famous for its light beams that shine down into the openings of the canyon, creating dramatic light effects when they hit the sandy floor. This phenomenon occurs around midday from March to October. Lower Antelope Canyon extends approximately 1,335 feet and is more challenging to navigate, with stairways and ladders installed to manage steep drops and climbs. In addition, because Antelope Canyon can suddenly flood, safety rules are very strict. To visit the canyon, you must be with a guide who is officially allowed to take people there. This rule helps keep everything in order, ensuring the visitors stay safe and the delicate natural formations are protected. Plitvice Lakes National Park, located in the mountainous karst region of central Croatia, is globally recognized for its cascading lakes and stunning waterfalls. Established in 1949, it is renowned as Croatia's oldest and largest national park, and in 1979, it was rightfully designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The park features around 18 miles of wooden footbridges and pathways, offering visitors a guided tour of its beautiful surroundings and tranquil waters. These paths offer a close connection with nature, creating a peaceful experience that attracts over 1 million visitors annually. Visitors are often fascinated by the park's stunning waters, lakes, and waterfalls that showcase a mesmerizing array of colors, ranging from azure to green, gray, or blue. The colors of the water change constantly, influenced by the minerals and organisms present, as well as the angle of the sunlight. Also, one important note is that the lakes are divided into 12 upper lakes and 4 lower lakes. The park boasts a remarkable biodiversity, with around 1,267 plant species, more than 50 species of mammals, such as a European brown bear, grey wolf, and Eurasian lynx. In addition to a staggering 321 species of butterflies. According to a local legend, these lakes were formed out of necessity and a miracle. A long time ago, the region suffered through a severe lack of rain that left both its people and wildlife in urgent need of water. In their desperation, the villagers turned to prayer, hoping for a miracle. At that moment, their prayers were answered by a mysterious Black Queen. With her arrival, a deluge of rain swept over the land, filling the limestone valley with water and giving birth to the lush system of lakes and waterfalls we see today. Situated in the heart of Turkey, you'll find Cappadocia. The region features a variety of valleys, canyons, and high plateaus, offering a range of landscapes. Glowworm Valley is particularly noteworthy for its rock formations, which have provided refuge for communities for many generations. Cappadocia is famous for its fairy chimneys and tall rock formations rising from the ground, formed by volcanic eruptions that scattered ash in the region approximately 60 million years ago. As time passed, the ash transformed into a rock known as tuff, which was later covered by a layer of tougher basalt. The erosion, caused by wind and water, gradually shaped these pillars and spire-like structures that define the scenery we see today. The region has a climate with noticeable temperature variations between hot summers and cold winters. In the summer, temperatures can soar up to 95 degrees Fahrenheit, while in the winter, they can dip below freezing, sometimes resulting in snowfall. Situated near the shores of Yemen, Socotra Island holds the prestigious title of being a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for its rich biodiversity and unique environment. One of the most iconic species found on the island is the dragon's blood tree, scientifically known as Dracaena cinnamari. These trees are famous for their distinctive umbrella-like shape and the deep red resin they produce, which has been historically utilized for medicinal, coloring, and varnishing purposes. Thriving in the limestone-enriched soil of Socotra's elevated areas, the dragon's blood trees create dense forests that play a vital role in preserving the delicate ecosystem of the island. Their expansive canopies serve as natural shelters, collecting moisture from mist and fog to support various life forms during dry spells. Known for their slow growth rate that leads to maturity after many decades, and a lifespan exceeding 500 years, these trees' resin is not only culturally significant, but also believed to possess antimicrobial properties, beneficial in local healing practices. In the northeastern region of Ethiopia, nestled within the vast Danakil Depression, you'll find the Dalol geothermal area, a truly surreal landscape on our planet. Dalol is famous for its weather conditions and vibrant hues, holding the title as one of the hottest spots globally, with temperatures regularly exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit throughout the year. This remarkable location sits 400 feet below sea level, making it one of the Earth's lowest and most challenging terrains to survive in. Despite its unforgiving nature, Dalol showcases a display of geological phenomena. It features a crater brimming with salt, sulfur, potash, and diverse minerals that are brought to the surface by volcanic activity. This results in hot springs that bubble up through the ground crust, leaving behind mineral deposits that adorn the landscape in vivid shades of yellow, green, red, and orange. Dalol's geology stands out due to its position atop a triple junction of tectonic plates. This rare geological feature means that the Earth's crust is incredibly thin here, allowing magma to heat groundwater, which then rises to the surface. The interplay between water and various minerals gives rise to Dalol's renowned acidic pools, with pH levels often registering negative values. Fagradalsfjall, a mountain located on the Reykjanes Peninsula in Iceland, is an example of the island's constantly changing geological activity. This area, renowned for its landscape and sparse vegetation, belongs to the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, where the Eurasian and North American tectonic plates are slowly drifting apart. In March 2021, Fagradalsfjall grabbed attention by erupting after nearly 800 years of dormancy. This eruption was unique for its accessibility and gentle lava flows, allowing numerous visitors to safely witness the event from nearby vantage points. Volcanic eruptions typically have an impact on local environments. In the case of Fagradalsfjall, the fresh lava fields will slowly support new forms of life, starting with bacteria and fungi, before progressing to mosses and lichens, and eventually leading to a more diverse ecosystem if left undisturbed. the heart of Siberia, nestled among the Sayan Mountains, you'll find the awe-inspiring beauty of Agaki Nature Park. Covering 1,400 square miles, this protected sanctuary showcases a stunning array of rugged peaks, pristine lakes, and dense forests. Agaki is often likened to the Siberian Alps for its mountain landscapes that tower majestically, with Vyazny its tallest peak, reaching nearly 7,500 feet above sea level. The park serves as a sanctuary for a diverse range of plant life, including Siberian pine trees and lush taiga vegetation, creating a vibrant ecosystem. Hiking, mountaineering, and rock climbing attract thousands of visitors each year, eager to explore its scenic trails and experience the raw beauty of unspoiled nature. After saying goodbye to the landscapes of Agaki Nature Park in Siberia, our journey takes us to the awe-inspiring Dolomites in northeastern Italy. This stunning mountain range is part of the Southern Limestone Alps, stretching across various Italian regions such as South Tyrol, Trentino, and Belluno. Referred to as the Pale Mountains, the Dolomites stand tall and majestic against the landscape, with their impressive peaks reaching heights around 10,000 feet. Renowned for their geological composition, primarily dolomite rock, these mountains are characterized by their iconic steep cliffs and spires. From the alpine glow of Italy's Dolomites, we travel across continents to another marvel of nature, Monument Valley, located on the border of Arizona and Utah in the United States. This iconic landscape, part of the Colorado Plateau, is famed for its towering sandstone buttes, the largest reaching 1,000 feet above the valley floor. Over millions of years, wind and water have sculpted a once expansive layer of sandstone into the magnificent buttes, spires, and plateaus that delight our sight today. The climate at Monument Valley is marked by extreme temperature swings, from freezing winter nights to scorching summer days exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Despite these challenging conditions, a diverse array of flora and fauna has adapted resiliently to thrive in this arid desert environment. When you visit Monument Valley, one intriguing thing to see is the Mitten Shadow, a rare event where the West Mitten Butte casts a shadow on the East Mitten Butte at sunset. This creates a beautiful alignment that photographers and tourists love to capture. As we leave the rugged plateaus of Monument Valley, our journey takes us to the stunning coastal landscape of Los Cabos, located at the southern tip of Mexico's Baja California Peninsula. Here, amidst the meeting point of the Pacific Ocean and the Sea of Cortez, stands the iconic Los Cabos Arch, a breathtaking natural rock formation known locally as El Arco. This magnificent arch, carved from granite, emerges directly from the sea, marking the extreme end of Baja California. The arch offers a unique natural spectacle every few years when the tides and sand shift to reveal a hidden beach beneath it, known as Lover's Beach. This ephemeral beach becomes accessible only during low tide, giving visitors a rare opportunity to walk beneath it. From the dramatic seascapes of Los Cabos, we now travel across the Pacific to the serene shores of Thailand's Railay Bay. Nestled on the coast of the Krabi province, Railay Bay is accessible only by boat due to the imposing limestone cliffs that cut it off from the mainland. This isolation lends the beach an almost mythical quality, with its pristine sands and crystal clear waters offering a secluded paradise. The beach itself is divided into two main sections, West Railay and East Railay. West Railay offers a wide expanse of soft white sand, ideal for swimming and sunbathing, while East Railay, though more rocky, serves as a gateway to the area's renowned climbing spots and is bustling with activity. One of the most enchanting features of Railay Bay is the Phra Nang Cave, located at the southern end of the beach. This cave is steeped in local legend, believed to be the home of a princess goddess, and is adorned with offerings from fishermen seeking protection and good fortune. Leaving the tropical paradise of Railay Beach, we ascend to the cooler, crisp air of the Swiss Alps to explore the breathtaking Schäfler-Alpstein mountain. Situated at an altitude exceeding 6,000 feet, the mountain provides stunning views of lush green fields, serene blue lakes, and far away snow-capped mountains. Part of the Alpstein Massif, the Schäfler Mountain is famous for its challenging climbing routes and distinctive needle-like rock formations called Altenalpterme. These rock towers serve as a magnet for experienced climbers seeking an adrenaline rush amidst Switzerland's most breathtaking landscapes. From the rugged peaks of the Schäfler-Alpstein mountain, our journey brings us to the serene waters of Lovatnet Lake in Norway. Lovatnet Lake, also called Loen Lake, is famous for its striking blue-green hue, which comes from the melted glacial water that flows into it. The glaciers crush rocks into tiny particles resembling flour, which are transported to the lake through streams of melting ice. These particles float in the water, reflecting sunlight and creating Levatnet's captivating color. However, the beauty of Levatnet Lake is tinged with a dark history. The lake has been the site of two devastating rock slide tsunamis in 1905 and 1936, each causing significant loss of life and destruction to the surrounding communities. These tragic events have left a lasting impression on the region, and today measures are in place to monitor the surrounding mountains and safeguard the residents against similar disasters. Ankarana National Park in the northern part of Madagascar showcases a wide expanse of limestone karst formations called singi. These sharp, needle-shaped rocks create a stunning yet somewhat terrifying scene that can be both inspiring and intimidating. Formed by the erosion of limestone bedrock, these pinnacles create a labyrinth of canyons, gorges, and underwater caves, which include some of the largest and most spectacular underground networks in Africa. Our journey takes us from the rugged terrains of Ankarana National Park in Madagascar to Matinloc Island in the Philippines, nestled in the breathtaking El Nido area of Palawan. This island showcases unique karst topography, much like what we saw in Ankarana, highlighting the intriguing natural process of limestone erosion. The majestic limestone cliffs of Matinloc Island soar dramatically from the shimmering waters of Bakwit Bay, sculpted over millions of years of water erosion. One of the island's favorite places is the famous Secret Lagoon, a secluded spot accessible either by swimming through a narrow gap between limestone cliffs or by navigating the crystal clear waters in a small boat. Zakynthos, or commonly referred to as Zante, is an island located in the Ionian Sea and a popular destination for tourists in Greece. It is famous for its crystal clear waters and picturesque sandy beaches. One of the island's most iconic landmarks is Navajo Beach, commonly referred to as Shipwreck Beach. The picturesque cove features a striking shipwreck, the Emphi Panagiotis, that ran aground under suspicious circumstances in 1980. Another natural wonder of Zakynthos Island is the Mizithres Rocks, situated close to the southern shores near Kerry Beach. These striking formations are two large, white rock outcrops that rise majestically from the azure waters of the Ionian Sea. Visible from the towering cliffs above Kerry, the Mizithres Rocks have become a prominent feature in the seascape of Zakynthos, attracting visitors for both their natural beauty and their photogenic qualities. Surrounding the Mizithres Rocks is an area known for its pristine waters, ideal for snorkeling and diving enthusiasts seeking to delve into the colorful marine life thriving around these rocky formations. From the serene Mediterranean landscapes of Zakynthos, we shift our journey to the historic and majestic Sigiriya in Sri Lanka. Sigiriya, or Lion Rock, is a massive ancient rock fortress rising dramatically 660 feet above the surrounding plains. It is located in the Matali district, near the town of Dambulla, and is recognized as one of the most important urban planning sites of the first millennium. The fortress complex, built in the 5th century by King Kasyapa, includes remnants of a royal palace located on top of the rock, which was both a palace and a fortress. It has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1982, attracting scholars, historians, and tourists from around the world eager to explore its historic pathways and relive the story of its creation. Svinasvelzjogel Glacier, a branch of the massive Vatnajökull Glacier, is a beautiful example of a glacier's power and beauty. It's located in Vatnajökull National Park, the largest national park in Europe, making it easily accessible and a favorite spot for visitors. It is notably known for its spectacular surroundings and bright blue ice. This deep blue tint is caused by the ice's density, which absorbs practically all sunlight except the blue spectrum, which it reflects. The stunning, untouched landscape of this site has attracted many high-profile films and television shows in search of dramatic, otherworldly settings. It served as the backdrop for the icy planets in the sci-fi epic Interstellar, and portrayed the harsh, frozen wilderness beyond the wall in HBO's series Game of Thrones. Erta-Ale is a continuously active basaltic shield volcano situated in the Afar region of northeastern Ethiopia. It stands as one of the few volcanoes in the world with an almost persistent lava lake, which has been present since the early 20th century. Erta-Ale is 2,011 feet tall, and its name means smoking mountain in the local Afar language, reflecting its notorious activity. Situated in the Danakil Depression, known as one of the Earth's driest regions, Erta-Ale is part of the East African Rift System, where the African continental plate is slowly separating into two. The area's extreme conditions often result in surface temperatures soaring above 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Lemuki Waterfall is located in the lush northern region of Bali, Indonesia. Unlike the arid, volcanic terrain of Erta-Ale, Lemuki offers a contrasting environment of verdant greenery and tranquil waters. This triple cascading waterfall is one of Bali's hidden gems, nestled in the mountains of the Buleleng Regency. Lemuki Waterfall is distinctive for its three separate streams that cascade over 115 feet into a shallow pool below. Surrounded by dense tropical forests, it offers a cool and refreshing retreat away from Bali's busier tourist spots. Getting to Lemuki is an adventure itself, involving a trek through stunning scenery, with paths meandering through rice fields and past local villages, providing a snapshot of rural Balinese life. The open plains of Serengeti National Park make Tanzania one of the most inspiring natural wonders on Earth. This vast expanse, stretching over 5,700 square miles, is famous for its high biodiversity and many wildlife species. It hosts one of the largest and most diverse populations of African wildlife, including the Big Five: elephants, lions, leopards, buffaloes, and rhinoceroses. The Serengeti is a dynamic ecosystem where one of the most spectacular wildlife events on the planet happens, called the Great Migration. Each year, over 2 million animals migrate in a clockwise direction in a monumental quest for fresh grazing lands driven by the seasonal rains, making it the largest overland migration in the world. The journey follows a route of about 500 miles across the Serengeti in Tanzania and into the Masai Mara in Kenya. The most dramatic part of the migration is crossing the crocodile-infested rivers and predator-laden grasslands, making it a powerful demonstration of life and survival. Now, if you have more insights or fascinating stories about other natural wonders, please share them in the comments. I'd love to read them.